can bring. Now we must all work together to bring about football for peace. Let us unite. Football for peace.
Oh, so you know, cause we're different, it don't mean we can't unite. For the game, do it right. Whether you win or lose, no matter your type or your kind, we can make it a better place. So play the game, share the love, let them know say we get what we want.
Unity, love and peace on the field. One ball, one love, one goal. Even if the team different, but the aim in the game not the same. Let peace play a role.
Make we race with glass centers for the gift of life. Connect to the power, bring peace alive. The only race, not the human race. Running to the finish is a victory. Anytime we align. Go!
One game.
Listen to the song. We are making history. You can sing along. Don't fight. Go with the noise, yeah. This moment is all we are. We will give it all. Everybody say.
Follow me, listen to the song. We're making history. You can sing along. Don't fight the feelings. Go with the noise. This moment is all we have. We will give it all.
No matter your position,
Let's all play one formation.
global citizens, one people, one nation.
The goal is peace. We are all goalkeepers. Defend the fight we bring. The globe needs us.
We only get one shot, take up for the team. Peace is the trophy, we going for the win.
So ready, make you sign up. Search for the lineup.
From where the ref blow the first whistle till it's time up.
One game. If you check 'em, you go see, say, we are better together.
Everybody, let's go.
Better together.
One game, one people,
One goal. Let's all unite.
one game, one people.
If you check 'em, you go see, say, we are better together.
Alright, welcome to another edition of the Tribune Salone Sports Show, where they reach you every weekend. Inside the show today, we get plenty things for discuss. But I just welcome my guests them. Today inside the show, I get for talk to the CEO for Sierra FC, when Ibrahim Conteh. Welcome to the show, Ibrahim.
Thank you. Hello, Maggie. How are you?
They do fine, and hopefully we go talk lots of things today. But welcome Desmond. Desmond, welcome to the show.
Hey, good evening, Maggie. What's up?
Cool. I just
Hey, Ivy.
Mr. Daisy,
And,
how
What's up,
are
man?
you?
How you doing?
plenty
Oh, man,
today we'll
good to
talk
see you.
about.
Yeah, good, man. You're welcome, bro.
Yes. Leone Stars, they prepare for friendly matches. Well, we on FA not tell we, but we are here on the street, so we could talk about that. And also, like I say, Ibrahim go tell what team role in developing youth football as again one of the most consistent and formidable youth football team in the country when I Sierra FC. And we go also listen to Margaret Vanessa Barry when Maggie Barry as he finally don't talk, but why he decided for resign. He mentioned a lot of things where the things that go wrong in the last Olympic Games where he represents Sierra Leone. And same way, so other news then we go for the Salone Premier Leauge as we see Easter Lions they get an important win inside Kenema. They beat Cambo Eagles by 2-1, and that's the make then they're on top of the table on Tibo Rangers play tomorrow. And same way, so more news as FC Calon also win 1-0 inside free throw against Police. But as we move on with the show, like just come to me guest winner Ibrahim. Ibrahim, tell we first of all who that na Ibrahim and what thing Ibrahim don't do in football.
Thank you very much for hosting me at this very important sports show. I don't dey follow the show for a very long time now, so I want to say thank you very much to the management of the show. I really appreciate your efforts for help for Sierra best akin when I can do my own little best for help promote football. Me na Ibrahim Conteh, me na the CEO and founder for Sierra Football Club, where everybody know for as Sierra FC, when I a Division 2 club where we formed 2018. Now the Angola community, so now they we base and we try for Sierra best okay, we start for develop grassroots football within this community. So me na a sports loving fan, especially football. I love football so much. So I decided for Sierra best I can able come inside and help in my own little way, to transform some of this youth within me district, and within the whole country.
All right, okay, Ibrahim. So being a football loving fan and now a football administrator, what's in some of the things the way you don't do for help develop the game?
Well, I don't do small little things because I'm new in the game. That I can tell you for sure. I mean, I baby administrator first. I don't take like 4 years in the game and try for Siabes I can able study the game better. And Siabes I can give my own inputs to add some value into the game. So since I start with 3 categories in Sierra FC. We get U12, 14, and we get from 15, 16, and we get 16 and up. When at the senior team, when at the Division 2 level, and so we don't spend almost 4 years now running the club, and we don't try for CRBS. We can get a proper structured Division 2 club, and we partake by the last league we just done, the Wafa Division 2 league, and we team for the first time as a club. We come as a inside the Division 2 league, and we able to perform with an unbeatable record. Nobody know able beat with him, and we take the second position of the entire league after the league finish. So for me, I am very much impressed about that kind of performance and result because that shows what we are doing is perfect, and we just need to do some more things to make them more fine for able help other people.
All right. So how like you find it for run a football club in a country like Sierra Leone?
It's tough. That is the honest truth. It's tough because the system is not in place. The system where for help private investors, them private investment companies, them for come inside. We lack that system. So it's like we just need for see our best. The people who were concerned for football, especially football at Sierra Leone, then try for work with like-minded people who will get a mindset we're ready for develop the game, because it's really, really tough, Maggie, that I can be honest with you. For one football club na Salone, especially where people not get that education for let them understand the value of the game, and the people where they in charge for let them able to do this kind of thing, for let the local people understand the true value of the game. We dey get some scramble in that area, which we need to try for set up. But it's really tough. That I cannot be honest with you.
All right. Okay, we go come to you
But
back continue for
you
stay
know,
with we.
we,
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, they get you.
Okay, we will come to you back. Continue for stay between at the show. Let turn the mic now to Desmond. Desmond, quick one. I want to look at the big news of the week that we got the news from the Togo Football Federation that Sierra Leone will get for host. They will get for host the friendly match at Turkey together with Sierra Leone and Benin. With other countries the way we don't know it, and then we'll play Sierra Leone. So, what do you think about this, Desmond? First of all, now you break the news now one of the group holiday.
Well, of course, people don't see me as I don't know how to put it. They say either I say the wrong things in their own perspective, or I not like Sierra Leone, or they not like me for saying the truth because we get a team we to work with, so we dey investigate things and then bring and come to the public and try to educate people that why would they do it, would they do so. It's sad for that we see all the 52 countries or 53 now, West Africa, where they receive money for from CAF and FIFA, then they progress. Then we own country, we know they progress. We own football and like secret society. If you know the inside, you're not gonna know waiting to happen. And even waiting to happen, where you know where you talk people go see now the wrong thing you did see, they don't want to admit the fact. I've been getting for notice from investigation say Salone they plan friendly. But they don't tell nobody whose side the friendly they take place and whose team when they play, whose team when they know they play. So we've been getting for dig deep, we can't realize it, and they go Turkey. And mind you, we go Turkey before we go now Cameroon, we go play Comoros. Some of the boys then suffer woefully in Turkey because the climate in Turkey, not to even go meet na Cameroon, or not even compared to any African climate. So my question was, what's in Salone they go fend again at Turkey? Is there no other country within Africa where we go camp with him? If ever we go for good place, let them get used to themselves. And then the question what I asked was, is this the new format where the FA they use now for like we raise money for like take the boys them out of Salone for 3-4 days or 5 days for let them and the executive then raise money, then the FA president come begin answer questions and we to me not add up anything because at the end of the day it's for the good of Sierra Leone and the good of we team who they play and we all care about and we picking away the pass through the Mediterranean Sea one for become professionals. So for me I want like a waiting Gambia don't do. Gambia don't minimize the rate of them picking them for pass through the Mediterranean Sea by constructing mini artificial turfs them around Gambia, then strengthen the league, strengthen their educational capacity, strengthen the youthful system from under 15 to U20. Today I'm telling you, because I'm so connected with Gambia, 50% of the boys that will be run away from the Gambia to Europe, they are no longer coming. Because now there is something for call from back to their country. The leagues are running, they are getting some money, little academies, then they work very well, and then they chase their passion there. But we know they think this kind of, we always they think for put burden on government, for go outside and waste resources. So the friendlies then, what to me they say is, why are we going to play those friendlies? Salone they play till June, then we get game over play the Nations Cup qualifiers after the preliminary rounds. So why we forgo na Turkey? This was the question we asked, and we're still asking. Everything.
All right. So Desmond, you take now that you not see any reason for let the team go play a friendly match where they go host na Turkey. Why you think say it wrong for go Turkey?
Well, to be candid, let we look at the burden where they on government, the wage bill on government. Let we look at the wage bill on other sports that really suffer in the country. If there's female football league way for play, they don't even get money for that league. They say that they give 40 million euros, 20 million for first round, and then another 20 million for second round. This now picking the way don't play league for 8 years. They say they go give teams them. We get for travel like from Freetown to Kono, from Kono to Port Loko for go play or Cambia. Say they go give them 20 million. Now one trip, everything done. And mind you, the clubs they know they generate income and they own. So how them go sustain the league for go on? And these guys are not being paid properly. So with all these lapses where they are around, it holds them with it. Why can't we think of investing with common sense? That money when they take for we go camp na Turkey, that money they will use and develop some good playing facilities and like a police field, approved school, until they get the FIFA project where they come in. Because the question now, a lot of us they ask, we don't know if FIFA don't sanction Salone, not forget money, or they not sanction Salone. Because since the FIFA investigative body can't look the pitches, then up to now, we not hearing nothing. And when you see FIFA stop, they don't say anything. It has to do with irregularity. We then go and find out. And if the irregularity is not clear, then tough then they wouldn't put, they not go ever come into light. And the president, we don't make it clear, say 98% of all with development programs, then we don't get them. So waiting left on a follow with fast track them. He's coming to 1 year. When are we going to fast track those things?
Yeah, okay. Desmond will come to that because there's a whole issue about money also where people we don't ask about where the Secretary General can always say with money then at FIFA because of COVID will not be taken. But Ibrahim, let bring into this issue because he's a football stakeholder. Sierra Leone for play friendly match in this month. Now Turkey, and one of the teams we don't confirm because we on FA not officially confirm that but the president unofficially in a WhatsApp group for the FA don't say yes that they prepare for friendly matches, but not make known the teams they want to play. But Turkey FA, Togo FA released an announcement where say they go for play Sierra Leone and Benin in Turkey in FIFA calendar friendly matches. So Ibrahim, Desmond gets a different perception of it view him in different way. What do you think about this friendly match? You think it's important at this time?
Well, honestly, this Leone Star thing here, it's one of the most complicating thing now, this whole football thing at Sierra Leone, because we don't really allow the people that were supposed for day in the right place, take the right position, and allow the people and for execute them, then tax them when they can give to them, When they get too much kangaroo jump into people and powers and people in office, they make it get very complicated within the Star. Honestly, campaign with for go Turkey right now, you get for involve huge amounts of cash.
Yeah.
And look at the state of the Premier League where they play right now. Maggie, when you go to some fields, you look at the Premier League where they play. Some of this money, if I let it utilize them to this kind of projects, and therefore they get proper field because we cannot be rushing trying to go overseas for go play friendly match because of some money per DM. Because that is the essence. Why make plenty people can support this idea for they get long distance. Turkey is expensive. Why can't we find? We can even make a friendly match with Guinea and City National. They are very tough side. This can minimize cost for able to test the team. We get plenty. Even Gambia shots. Gambia and team do very well at the African Nations Cup. These are teams they will need for the call in friendly match. We play them. We don't need for the go take friendly. I will go play. We come in Africa country. They'll go play in Turkey. Come on, don't care for the system. If we are crying for change, and because 90% of the people who are on meet with football, everybody is saying they want change. We need to change our mindset, our attitude towards the game, and how we get for the minimize this money them where governments they try to put into this game here. We need for the minimizer and put it into core areas that we very, very need immediate attention, So
All right.
I think that's with my own take,
Okay, so Desmond, just like you mentioned, the same thing that Ibrahim said they mentioned, talk about the Premier League where they struggle up till now, the board, we don't even know what in the team we get for
it's struggling,
And hello Desmond.
I'm here.
Yeah. So like they mentioned, the Premier League they struggle. We don't even know what in the champion get for win, and at the end of the day, the teams that they cry for seed money. And same way, so the venues them not good at all, especially the venues them in Freetown. So talking about the Turkey friendly match itself, a whole lot of issues they go around. The FA president they mentioned the other day say they want for play the match because of them get about 12 new boys then where they want for introduce way we don't show interest for play for Sierra Leone. And at this stage, and we go play, we match them in June, and you don't point them out, say not important at all at this stage. And Ibrahim also don't talk and say, and not necessarily play a friendly match with you compare Africa country in Europe. Why not playing somewhere like Guinea, Liberia, or whatsoever? You think so that because of lack of venue, now it make we go that far?
No, it is not a lack of venue, Maggie. Like I've been saying the last time, and I will say again, and I'm ready for take on anywhere I go in Salone. This particular structure where they around the FA now, this is the new dawn of reaping money from the government in the name of going to play friendly. We went to Turkey for 2 games. How many matches we played there? We play 1. When they come back in Salone, they ask for returns. That don't answer the question. Nobody. Now we are still begging for go Turkey back. Waiting then at Turkey was so unique. When are they no more Salone for go camp? Within West Africa, can't we think reasonably? You know, and again, like what my brother say, Ibrahim, it has to do with structures, but sometimes also it has to do with people who not get knowledge around how to administer the sport. People know they think waiting we need at this moment. Somebody they talk of quick fix. Okay, quick fix, yes. The money is there. If you take 30 players then, or let's say 25 or almost 35 people then to Turkey, that money there, you can put them for do a field na free time. Yes,
True.
you can put a
True.
tough free time and put a perimeter.
100% true.
That money you can take and go upgrade the corner field, put a fence around it. That money you can go na coronation field na bow, put a turf around it, put wall there, and then the game begin play there back. All the guys there need na Sierra Leone na pitches them. For let them begin play them games there and clubs and back invest. But the problem is that this is the new phenomenon of ripping out money from taxpayers, say in the name of Leone Stars going to play friendly. With all due respect, we suppose for try with players them, we suppose for give them the opportunity to make them express themselves. But mind you, we are not playing till June. Okay, this is the only FIFA calendar we open. If we not play, and then we might not play any friendly till we go with qualifier matches there. But on the bedrock of a good players then we get where they play week in and week out now, then clubs them, and a good selection and a good man management, we can call with players then, assemble them, go play qualifiers and qualify. If only we do up to the tax. But all the tax where we do up to as people where they claim for administer the sport is how they rip government and then they left the COFAs and the suffer and then they picking in the language and then we say we are talking about development. People they hate we, people are negative. Nobody's negative. We are negative because people are building mansion. Sport is dying. People like Ibrahim and they struggle. Then they struggle. Forget waiting and want for letting run them clubs then. Others as well. The Premier League clubs are playing. Nobody know what they get. Nobody no. Look, somebody they grumble just now say the game we play between FC Salone and Police na Police Field. It was terrible for see. Nobody know will express himself. Why? Because
So
I
that-
play.
Yeah, so Desmond, at this point, you think say the friendly match no, it not make sense at all, or it not important?
At this particular moment, it is not important. Waiting we for don't concentrate and doing these new boys where they come. If we really want to see them, if we are sincere with these boys, we want to bring them come to Salone. There is Kenema artificial turf. They could have been a very good place for camp them. Bring them come to Salone, let them come bond with the other colleagues them. Make them train very well. Then go train very well there and play very good competitive matches around themselves. And then you assess them. From there going forward, you can say, okay, we don't see you. Now they begin monitor what you're doing at your club. From there, we can able to assess if you can come for camp play these qualifiers or not. Because some of the new boys they already talk about, these are boys where they bang goals in Europe, play week in and week out. So why worried about them?
Okay.
Now somebody where you know when they see. Now you go worry, say, okay, you want to see a way they play friendly.
All right, Ibrahim, what's in now your take about the friendly matches? So you think say important or not necessary at this point?
The friendly matches are important, yeah, they're important. But when you look at the current situation where they happen to, we look at leagues right now, my sister, honestly speaking, I think we need for suspend this friendly match then first and use this money and see how best they can able to upgrade our Premier League, because this is the league. If we get the structure right in this Premier League, I think all the first division or second division or grassroots level will get them right. And this is not a league where we know for Kegu Yuki business pa. not only league this where we for begin the say they because not to me party they so are not for support. No, this is a national league. And if we get with Premier League right, and like when my brother they talk, so the clubs and they able get better proceeds, get proceeds in a better venue. Because now when you create the venue, honestly, the governments they try. You understand? People are trying. In private people are trying, but the people are waiting day before the game. They need for they get advice from some of people where they spend the money and then time into the game. And for me, like me, I see football like a pure business, you know. And this money where they want to use for do this friendly match, why do not go try for upgrade with league force and put structure in place, then get two field done. Then it's our time let Leon start get we own private field for the train as a national team now, part of national stadium. It's our time we think about this now.
The
We
FA
get
get
plenty
football.
things there for
The
we
FA
get
get football
plenty things there
academy.
for do. No, Maggie, I need to be honest with you. You cannot take a team to a football academy in Akinton for go play international match. Come on, it's not possible. They feel no, they feel the speed at which the ball they glide na the ground, na the tough is so slow. It gets a lot of things to technically for do with the players. So the FA for really don't try for work hand to hand with government. They able locate a place and get a structure done for Leon Star training, Leon Star camping, Leon Star everything. We make this thing permanent and make it once and for all for them minimize this cost them. Must
Okay.
Leon Star have to make a friendly, then go to hotel where they na the local ground. You need to go to hotel. No, try to get a proper place off the city. And we get a lot of things for do, my sister. It's boku friendly. I would go and do also for carry and go na Turkey, for car and go England, this, that. Honestly, now for just for it money no more. But at the end of the day, what have we done? You know,
All
what have
right.
we done? Nothing.
That's not a great question from Ibrahim. Somebody will tell me say even the FA Academy self where they get they know they maintain the pitch all don't look rubbish and all. We will continue with the show. Well, a few weeks ago, one of Sierra Leone top athletes been pulled what Nado say in the left for run at the age of 25, where na Maggie Barry. Well, Maggie Barry don't represent Sierra Leone in several competitions them across the world, including the IAF World Challenge. Usa Ibe win gold medal for Sierra Leone, and he gets plenty laurels to a name as it all represent the country and in college where if they go, including in school now the US inside plenty competition them. In last competition for Sierra Leone now the Olympics in Tokyo, Usai it been go on 100 meters where been completely different from a best event when at the 400 were supposed for run due to mishap in terms of registration. Well, Maggie don't talk why he resigned and he retire and say he wish for help athletes them in future as he don't get a new job, but he want for focus now on a new career. Let us listen to what the young lady say.
Magdalene, I'm sorry for the late response. So, as far as reasons why I retired, so after the mishap at the Olympics with the administration era of the 400 meters, I just didn't have the energy to endure in this sport any longer. I need the Sierra Leone administration to take better care of their athletes. Sierra Leone athletes have so much potential, so much young athletes that are coming up into the world. I myself, only being 25 years old, but there is just too much pushback. There's too much difficulties for us to do well in our sport. And after the mishap of the Olympics and also the World Championships in London, there was also administration era. I just do not have the energy to continue doing this anymore. You know, track is my first love. It's something I'm very passionate about. But as long as I continue to run for Sierra Leone, my future and my dreams will not be in my care. It'll be in the care and responsibility of other officials that do not care for the sport as much as I do. And this has happened time and time again. You know, I chose to run for Sierra Leone because it's the country of my ancestors and I deeply love the country. I've always wanted to put Salone on the map. And I think I've done my duty in that. I won the World Challenge in Brazil. I won the Morton Games in Ireland. I'm the record holder in the 100, 200, and 400 meters, all in the Sierra Leone jersey, all for the sake of wanting to do the best for my country. But it seems like time and time again, people are not having the same care and the same effort that I put into the sport. And the administration just has so many issues. I'm not talking about every single person. There are some individuals that are amazing individuals like Mr. Kareem and Prince Dewey and other individuals that care about the track and field, that care about the sport, and they've pushed me on. But there's also many individuals that don't care about the sport. They care about embezzlement. They care about, you know, just using the funds not for the athletes. And until a year before the Olympics, I was paying for all of my training fees, all of my uniforms, all of myself. I bought my own uniform to compete in all the competitions. I paid for it myself. I got it designed myself. The administration did not help me with any of that until the year before the Olympics when they finally had to give us the Olympic Solidarity Scholarship. In my 10 plus years of running for Sierra Leone, that was the only time I ever got support from the administration. And it's just stuff like that. It's like, how can you expect track and field athletes, how can you expect professional athletes to represent your country if you're not taking care of them? Countries like the USA, countries like Britain are over here funding their athletes, taking care of them, taking care of housing, taking care of food, everything. Salone wasn't doing that for us. And I just do not have the energy anymore to continue fighting this battle with this administration after all I've done. There was one time where I was ranked #2 in the world for my event. Out of the entire world, I ran the fastest time in the world at the time. And after I ran that race, I had to go back after training and go do my job for the rest of the night because I didn't have the funding, I didn't have the support. And this is not just my story. There are many Sierra Leone athletes that are suffering like this, where we take our effort, our energy, our talents to support our country, and we're not even given the littlest amount of support. And my experience at the Olympics solidified this. I had qualified for the Olympics the year before. I was ranked top 10 in the world for the 400 meters, above all of the countries, top 10. About 2 weeks before the Olympics, I got a call from someone in the administration that there was an administrative error about the 400 meters, that it wasn't entered on time, some paperwork wasn't signed. And so I took it upon myself. I called the Olympic director myself. I have his email. I called him, I emailed him, I told him his name is Carlos. And I asked them what was happening, why all of a sudden that there was this administration error. And they told me that the Sierra Leone administration failed to enter any of the track and field athletes on time. And because of that, the only open event was the 100 meters. I had never cried so much in my life. I had spent years of my life training for the Olympics. I had run so hard. I've raced all around the world, won medals, placed in these huge competitions, qualified for the 400 meters, all to be told a few weeks before the Olympics that the Sierra Leone administration had failed to enter athletes on time and that the only event open was the 100 meters. And that's what happened at Olympics. Everyone saw me run at Tokyo in the 100 meters, which was not my event. I was the fastest person in that event, but I hadn't trained it for a year because I had chose to focus on the 400 because it was at best at. And they failed to do their job in that. And it was then that I understood that I could not run for this country anymore. I could not continue to put my faith and my trust and my future in the hands of these people that did not care. And that really has solidified the decision as to why I am not running, why I'm retiring early from track and field. Because if I continue down this road of putting my faith and trust and my future into people that don't care about the sport as much as I do, then I will face a lot of trouble. So I've retired, and I will continue to help young athletes, to encourage them to break my records and to do their best. I will always support Sierra Leoneans and Sierra Leone athletes. I will try to be there for other athletes, even though a lot of people weren't there for me. I plan on starting a scholarship for athletes and to do more shoe drives, because that's the reason I wanted to do track. It was to help others and to encourage people and to show people that Salone could do this, Salone can do that. And so I will continue to do that. But I've moved on. I retired from track and field. I'm not running anymore. Since last month, I started a career as a software manager at a wonderful company. I'm leading an entire team of developers. In college, I studied computer science, and I plan on using my degree now to start my job and my future. And this is the way that I'm going to control my future and destiny. And so it's a sad ending. I love track and field. I love Sierra Leone, but I am retiring because of these reasons.
Okay, that's now it's in Maggie Baggy being get for say, illustrating reasons. Well, yourself out there, you can ask questions and tell me what you think about what the young lady say. Desmond, I take you for the first shot. You don't listen the interview from Maggie. You're making points very clear and why you decide for hanging in spikes at a very young age.
It's disappointing. It's disappointing for we young one then, and disappointing for us as a nation, because I can always tell people, say the major problem what we get is we not ever prioritize sport as an economic development or as a tool we can drive economic growth in the nation. So that's why we don't even value the people that we engage in the sports. From time immemorial when they come up, people say we're into sports, we are idle. So that makes everybody not care about it. The only thing they will care about now for use the disciplines and during political campaign or making political message. And we know it's sad, but always Maggie they say so. Look at Bokari within Holland, so where they run for the Netherlands. Look at how they treat her. Yes. Look at John Toronka within England. We go run, we run away. Look at how they treat himself. And then left them one, then they go to United Baba, then daze them. Go left down and they go to them big fish, then Calwis. We be getting namesake, then they will be in this Salone. We been the one where some of them go America. They did very well, but they never represented Salone. From no sooner than cross, they no say yes. We are out of this shore. Let's go facing with your own life, because it was really, really impossible for men to commit themselves to a nation. We not commit towards developing them. Maggie, this is sad for we country, and it's sad for we beginning. It's sad for we young ones. And go around the country today, see young boys and girls who don't dedicate themselves to athletes. What make it easy they do? Because now their own passion. So we not to go run away making they do more. Yesterday, also I listened to Martin, seeing 5 names and they don't submit for good this Commonwealth game. Now Ghana, now UK. 5 names them. Just imagine if that is true, a country of 8 million people, and now we get the youngest population. Now 5 people that will be fed for go with.
Now, five from athletics.
5 from athletics. No, forget about the other areas. Then 5 from athletics. Then think of the delegation where you get for C. You go ask yourself question. What in the good today? So this just shows say yes, we not value sport. And as I tell you, then get the bold mind, take Pekin and a Salone through political connection, give them scholarship for can study also. For can study in a different European countries then. What is wrong about giving the athletes and we already get something in their hand, opportunity for go to universities, go study and then apply and trade and then represent Salone. These people will go back home. The money they make, they will go invest it in Sierra Leone. Here, they will only use here as a stepping stone for make them achieve what they want because of the facilities that were not available in Salone. But people are not thinking this way. This has been the old problem in Salone.
Okay. All right. Like it makes some point there. We mentioned about an event where he miss out in, like, even though Nina the current fastest in 100, 200, and 400, but in top events now 400 meters. And that's now one big mistake where they be make, where they're not registering for an event where you don't train for very long time for the Olympics. And now one of the reasons why you decide for left, and also they mentioned about lack of resources, lack of training camps for athletes, and the encouragement they get them at all.
Okay, Barry no lie. Always in Barry outlines when I think them what we see. Look, for example, in last year, We athletics group for go run now one African event in Nigeria, na Kaduna. Na did them host them. Then travel over 10 to 15 or 20 hours for reach day. The picking a reach day, the same day then go run back. Then we then go Salone, then money we then forget. Pass we then go demonstrate pass we then go demonstrate before they say then they give them money. When they made a launch government basket, you hear what the president say. He says some of the people that way they go win medals for Salone, then suppose for bring them come together and celebrate them at the country and appreciate them. But that's not what we need anymore. It's not about just coming, shaking the hand of the president. Put something in my pocket with that thing then I will use for move ahead. Give me a stepping block. We go give me height. Let get education. Send me to a university where they do, where get sport. I will go study there at the same time they practice. Give me a collateral, say, I for can represent Salone and I for make sure, say, the timing qualifiers and for so event, I for make them. Then I can represent my country. But if this is not done, and again, the people, the way they administer the sport, they are just there for themselves. It has always been a phenomenon saying for sell the sports then to the relatives who would have won away and not come again. That's how it's been. So nobody not care about the athlete then. Look, we own young boy. Of course, you know, certain things and they will not like for naked and so. Because it will even affect the other young people that we engage into it. But it is sad. And people no want for you the hard truth about how then they marginalize people in sport now in country. Everybody want you for romance the issue with them. That's why the FA president say, what do they talk to the truth? Say, we not like her. I'm not going to like you when the attitude of people that are around you is killing the sport. I don't even want to like you. I just want to like the sport and see the sport grow for everybody.
All right, Desmond. That's now Maggie Barry and waiting it gets for century. We finally don't hear from the athletes self, and we congratulate them on a new role where you don't get now, and we hope say in intention for help the other athletes them go be materialized and they will benefit from as a senior athlete as well. Quick one, we they take news in the Premier League as Eastern Lions we don't beat Cambo Eagles inside Kenema today. Well, the Max Labin team been there for handover Bokari Lamin in Player of the Month award tour. But after the match, then we get reactions from the Eastern Lions coach and the Player of the Match Prince Barry together with Bokari Lamin, we now the Max Labin February Player of the Month. Let's see as I try to bring the interview to now.
You won here in Kenema, a very difficult place to come and win. What is the secret behind this particular performance?
Yes, Kenema, of course, is a very difficult place. One of the most difficult away matches to play in the Premier League. But coming here to win today gives us confidence, and the secret behind all this is hard work, love, and prayer. Because we've been working very hard and we are on a mission. And I think by winning short matches, is something very incredible for the team.
You guys are fighting for the title, and now you are 3 points above your rivals, that's Bo Rangers. They are playing tomorrow. And what will be the message to the supporters of Eastern Lions? We know they want this trophy, they want to defend the trophy. So what will be your message to assure them that you keep fighting to bring this trophy?
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank them for the support they've given us, driving all the way from Freetown to support us here. It's very amazing support, and you know, it's a process. You can't win the league in just one day. But we want to assure them that we're going towards our goal, and that's winning the league. But we take each game as it comes.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we're with Prince Bayi, one of the players for Eastern Lions. First of all, for Kenema and win, Ghana a very difficult place for win, but I don't come and I don't win. What's in the secrets behind this particular performance?
Well, first of all, my name is Ibrahim, and I just want for wish this best of luck on the new club, and congratulations to me for this game. The secret behind the victories, I believe saying a oneness, unity, and fighting spirit will get us team, and we believe say with God all things possible. So So as Prince Barry and my teammates, we work very hard for make East Lions fans them proud, and we believe say we will crown champion at the end of the day.
Fans see this particular performance from you as one of the best performances since you joined East Lions. What's the secret behind this performance that people see from it today?
Well, my performance not now strange thing to people who know me, unless some people will not just want for seeing me play very well. My performance not to anything we na the other side I get they are just like hard work. I work very hard towards me win, and I believe say with hard work everything possible in football. So anything we I put now today, I'm waiting I don't look for, so I put now.
Okay, what's going to be your message to the supporters of East Lions? As we all know, say they're going to need this particular trophy as they want for defender. What's going to be your message to them?
Well, my message to the fans of Eastern Lions, I follow just continue for so long and support the team, because without them we will not get nowhere where we go as team. So with them support and them blessing, we believe say we will each one for each and crown champion at the end of the week. Go through say, and that's all the wish for, and that's we want for send them to the fans them, let them safe get the head up with the crown champion.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we're there with the Max Tribune Sports Player of the Month for February, Fans Player of the Month. We are having we what's your name? Tell people what's your name. Bokari Lamin. You win the Player of the Month. Supporters vote for you after we see you get 3 goals and 3 man of the match the month of February, and you happen for win the man of the match. How you feel first of all for receive such award?
First of all, I tell me let's thank you for winning the push for me. But like through the motivation, the courage that they do, they can do it to us. And I tell you, I thank you for the whole winning the award. This all inspired me for the plan work hard and able to achieve more.
Now we see you score again at this particular match, but you end up for lost the match. What's your impression about this match? How you feel? You not happy to forget the results where you want?
Well, I'm not really happy for like the one for like more inside with it. I'm going at first and so we have for football. For like football national, we get for ourselves defeats. We play with best, but at the end of the day, we end up for good. Like next time, I'm going to encourage and come to play them. Tell them all work hard and then we will go up inside with it. No way for them. Because at the title we fight for anything. Not just one for compete, but one win the trophy.
Okay, so what's going to be your final message to supporter them? For tell them again for continue for support the team.
Well, I tell them plenty thank you again. Let them not still lose, let them continue for support. And now I can tell them plenty thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Well, that's not the voices of the people where the Max Tribune team been get for interview. Thanks to the boys for going all the way down to Kenema and award Bokari with and goodies what we get. If you're out there, you want to sponsor we Max Tribune Player of the Month, fine. But for now, we own little way for give the player a plaque and also a purse of 500,000 leons. And we hope for increase some as time goes on. But for now we serve the sponsor. Thanks to manager Jerome of the Max Tribune team, Petros Kata, that of Menez and Prince, where we all work together. We go continue for move on. Desmond, the Premier League this weekend. Now the various venues then. We dey come to Ibrahim for can tell we more because again for talk about in team. But let's talk about the Premier League itself, the matches that we play across the venues them in the country. We see 3 matches played today, 1 play yesterday, and Lions get important win inside Kenema. The last time they go Kenema, it be end with Kuskas, but today we see the match end well. And also FC Salone gets important victory in our Police field against Police. And we see the other match we get for draw goalless inside the one way Oled Wadian's been played against Port Authority.
Well, it's exciting weekend because even last week when we round up, I've been get for talk and say we get for get surprising result this week, and that also don't show say yes. A lot of the teams and begin look at certain sites and say, you know what, the league is coming to an end. And if I don't begin grab the opportunity for really go closer to the table, I just get for fight for maintain um, that form the way I don't get. And also for see exciting football, and also, one competition where go totally free from violence, people will really go enjoy themselves. But it's great anyway for see we league. They reach this stage where they get a hype way, really, really they galvanize people them for go, because the kind dance way I see Eastern Lion supporters them dance after the game, that tells you how determined they are for say yes indeed we are just a milestone for let we get what we want. And then you see also,
They dance Pambo Rangers.
yeah, and then you see also FC Calon was also dancing as well. FC Calon supporters, they were beating the drums after winning against police right inside the police them venue. It just tells you, and you look over the weekend, waiting happen again now Usum field, then win there, the type of celebration. And this is why people like us keep advocating. Let's invest in football. Let's put the infrastructures then right, and let's bring in the people there with the required skill for can set up the structures and educate people, because there is so much for achieve. There is so much for let everybody get around everything where they happen around the sport. Look like the population in Kenema today. You know how much people who don't sell Yana? You know how much ticket go don't sell? You know how many people travel around Sierra Leone alone for go watch that match in Kenema, Eastern Lions and Cambo Eagle? So this is all good for the nation, but people are not really thinking like we think, and I don't know what thing we can do for let we change the narrative of people. And it's sad that for let you see a country we still hold that conventional way of doing things. See, if government not give money per sport, nobody else not go invest. And even you where they invest, the enabling environment not they let you maximize profit. So it is all problem everywhere. Even the teams them, they are struggling for pay them players and their stipends. Not even talking about salary. Then we want to go play CAF competition. And then we are fooling ourselves that we want to tell CAF, see, we get club license. We get club then at Salone, we get a own dressing room, get a own playing field, get everything we required for waiting CAF they look for. There's a lot for land. Look like it now. This Premier League, since it starts, now this Maggie Tribune, now you don't cushion the effect of giving best players of the tournament or players of the match. Now this tribunal now you don't cushion the effect of giving them prizes. The board itself, where they organize the league, there's nothing they give to players. And we're in the 21st century. What standard are we practicing?
All right, a lot there for land inside football last salon. Ibrahim, I come to you now. Let we look at your expectation for your team winner Sierra FC and Usai. This the drive wanna go.
Well, by His grace, we are looking at me as a leader. I'm very optimistic about the reality. We are looking at Sierra FC for in the Premier League. If the league starts and the system being in place in the next 3 years, I'm looking at Sierra FC for at the Premier League by His grace. And not only for the club as a club in a Premier League, but we are looking at in the next 3 to 5 years from now for let we get for put up our own structure as a football club where we were able to accommodate and put talented players them, give them proper caring, give them proper ethics, give them proper technical training for let them become professional footballers where we represent Sierra Leone and even international in different clubs. So I'm expecting huge positive outcome out of this project by His grace and with hard work. I believe in my team. I believe in the vision where the institution gets. For Musa we come out and Musa we did so right now. It takes hard work. I know what I say. I get the best Division 2 club in Sierra Leone, no, but I have one of the best Division 2 club in Sierra Leone, and we no get money, but we are trying to see how best we can able to create that marketing platform for the club and for the individual players the way we try for put some transformation into. So I hope for the best and hope say the people away in the Sierra Leone will try for respect individual and companies then we want to have to put their money into the game. Because for me, I see football like a business, 100% business. It gets a huge economical turnout we go come with to Sierra Leone. We don't see the country like Senegal, Mali, Guinea, how many professional Nigeria, Ghana, how many professionals then they don't prosper to them country where them go European clubs them perform they like today they give a good return back to the country. So we too we want for see Sierra Leone players then where they breed from Sierra Leone, train them professionally and take them to a club where they self go able to go excel and get a very good income at the end of the day where they themselves go come begin invest now the country for able to help the other people where they try to come up. So that is why it's very, very important we get to get genuine intention towards the game. We mindset and get for be clean, not because for my pocket or just me. Nobody want no own football, not any country. Now a collective responsibility and open space for people who get interest and love over the game. You cannot be closing the door, then you expect change.
All right. We did talk to Ibrahim in that interview as a day between at the studio. They get issues with network, but a go day between at the studio will continue for. They talk to Ibrahim and they get issues with internet. In are the CEO for the Sierra FC Football Club. They continue with the show and quick one. I will go through with players them where they play football across Europe, then performance so far for the week, the one they don't play so far, as more matches than they will get for play tomorrow around Europe and Asia and every Salone players that they play. So quick one, as we all see, Kwame Kwi, we don't get a new club. Usai is signed and he already don't get in debut. We want to say good one to him and wish him all the best as he they play now in Saudi Arabia. And same way, so another player we just signed a few days ago, now John Kamara. Where now one of we midfielders and for Leone Stars is signed with a Romanian Division 2 side or a second tier side now Romania. And that's we can discuss them before we go, as a lot of people question some of the side the way we players that they play. But quick one, inside we European update or players abroad update. Issa Kalon been there on target for inside SC Cambo inside and 3-2 home defeat to Ajax in the Netherlands Eredivisie. But the good thing about it is that it been get for score inside the 48 minutes as in goal been give them hope inside the match after they be also equalized, but Ajax will get for show seniority and end up for win the match by 3-2. Alex also win a Sierra Leone where they play for the same team Campbell been play for full 90 minutes, whilst Issa will score inside the match being get for substitutes for another player inside 77 minutes. Christian Conteh, another Sierra Leonean where people they hope for see in the green, white, and blue jersey, been provide 2 assists inside FC Dordrecht, then 3-3 draw with John Ajax in the Netherlands second division league. And Conte now a player where people hopefully want to see because now a spectacular midfielder and they do well inside Dordrecht as now one of the influential players for the squad. George Davis, where people can call Kweku, been there in action for SKN St. Polten inside a 1-0 home defeat to Floris Dosfa AC, now the Austria Liga 2. They play for 60 minutes. Amadou Bakayoko come from the bench inside 72 minutes for Bolton Wanderers, but not be get any influence in the match as they be beat them 1-0 at home, and Plymouth been get for beat them now the English League One earlier today. And same way so David Cisse now be on new sub inside Williston and 3-2 home defeat now the National League as David Knight defender himself now one of the players they will be there now the Leone Stars squad for the AFCON. Well, David be there in action for inside and not be there in action at all for inside today as Nabi on use sub inside the match for Williston and then lost 3-2 inside the National League. Augustus Cabo come inside as a substitute inside the 60 minutes of play for inside FC Crotone, now them 3-1 away defeat to Benevento, now the Italian Serie B. Kai Kamara get full 90 minutes of action inside CF Montreal and 4-1 defeat away to New York City FC. And also inside Germany, we see Daniel Francis inside been draw 1-1. Now the Germany Regional Liga West. Well, for more updates on Salone players, keep it log or make sure that you always follow it as we will give updated list of our players and perform across the various leagues them this weekend. Desmond from the Salone Players Update, a lot of development that happen, and we see one where a lot of people been get for asked why we players that always they sign for second tier football. There's something we discuss where we talk about say it gets for deal with the opportunity. But before the Nations Cup, we hear people that talk about this will be an eye opener for Salone players with performance go make players then get better contract. But we see after the Nations Cup, players will be there in top tier leagues. Them now Europe, they begin for go to Asia, play second tier league. Others in Europe, they play now in lower division. What do you think about this development?
Well, that's a very good development because, and we all know how it come out. It's at the backbone of that we not get a better league. We go match up the quality with them players and then they give to them previous clubs and they don't play for. And if you look nowadays, within most of the players then with their abroad, they look out now for is how them go keep their life going, keep their livelihood and their family. So some of them, it is not about their talent anymore. It's about their own job now. This is not their own job career. So they rather continue to find somewhere to go sustain their life than just for hang around those they play. And again, I can understand with the players then. It better let you go get a club where you play than you then a club where they pay you millions of euros, but they play. And at the end of the day, you want to play for your country where that self not going to even make them call you. So the problem boils around the kind of approach where we get towards football development in our country. Like I can say, until we try for skin line waiting we do, then we get the elite structure, we get the professional, semi-professional, the amateur, and then the recreational. When we get that, then we go begin build better capacity of we players the way the light of the Europeans then go come in for can see and then put eye on them. And also the venues of playing. Look some of the matches they wouldn't they show. Now dirty then they see them they play. The player go don't wear white, where the game done, now brown. So who scouts now the world where you go take? Say color we go watch players and they play in a approved school. Or they play in a police field. Who scouts that one day? Where you go take? Or go play in a side where not even get dressing room, not even get proper toilet. Yes. So all these things it resolve around waiting with the get from with players there. And to be candid with you, football these days is all about survival. If you're not in it, you are out, then the money where they make you don't. I each and I saw you to go. So you just get to go somewhere where they will pay you and then you play. But that notwithstanding, the Gambia did it in the Nations Cup performance. Half of all them players they are playing in League 1, League 2, lower leagues them. But the commitment is there for can represent the country. So for we, the question boils down on waiting with technical staff then they put. And to be candid, that's why I tell people say, we performance the Nations Cup, not and we anything in terms of football. But for a nation we're not good for 25 years, and we celebration because we draw against the African champion and we draw against a mighty Ivory Coast where they host the next African Cup of Nations. That gives us room for let we celebrate. But when we go meet like for like, then beat we. Then people see how vulnerable we are. So that's why I keep telling people, let nobody not make mistake. There's nothing we achieve from African Cup of Nations. Because had we achieved a lot from African Cup of Nations, we for don't hear you say most of we players the way go perform they in a better clubs there because they were playing, they see them. But there was nothing to give way, go make clubs like Arsenal, Manchester, you name the other ones them around. I know a player we played it. I link them up with few agents then where I know. As I talk to you, Tate say the agent and they call the player in phone, you know, they pick in phone.
Really?
Yes, it's serious. Tate did and they call in phone, you know, they pick in phone. So just tell me, but that make us say we problems then. If it has to do with education, the right, we need for let me draw the line. Who plays who and who plays what league? Then you can get things right. But everybody want to play professional football. Some are not even equipped for playing professional football. Let them go play amateur, semi-professional. Let Premier League be for elite players.
Yeah, we get a lot for do, and we also see couple of players they look forward to. They get game time at the moment. Few of the players and they do well week in week out. When Alex Bangura are well not a player yet because he not accept for play for it, but players like Issa Salone they play week in week out. And we also see Kai. A lot of people beyond the call say after the Nations Cup Kai for retire, but we see they get full 90 minutes now with Montreal. Players like Steven Coker, they get full-time football. Few others, but others they then just they come in and go sometimes, and then they didn't match the squad at all. And we see Mustafa Bundu also they get game time with in team AGF, and also a good one that Kevin Wright don't finally get a club because now one of the players that will go to the Nations Cup unattached. But like I say, many of other players then they get game time. You think that this they affect with performance in the national team?
Yes, definitely. Okay, let's say now if you did assess the players then by the time when they play at the clubs then that you have to bring them come in. Some of them they will not go come. Because what you can't get from them a substandard. You know, get that reading where you want. Look somebody like Issa where they play. Look somebody like we just come with score today for in club. The other one the way they play week in and week out. Those are the people you can begin to look at. But the problem is it's not only about looking at them again, but it's also what do we have to offer them when they come? What do we have to offer them? Training facilities. Because that's also enhanced their development. You might not be playing week in and week out to your club, but when you come for your nation, the kind of structural training where they put there will aid you development for play for your team very well, for play for your country. Where in your club, because of the quality where they get, and reach that quality date. And some of them will go Nations Cup when they return back to their countries and then clubs them. All of them are struggling. You see, all of them are struggling. So
and that's not another thing again. Most of the clubs, the way some of the players they play for the struggle as well, at the leagues the way they did. Most of them are mid-table or bottom-table clubs, them and even forget winning because every week we they do round-up updates about how we players and they perform. But the teams themselves that they play for, you think say they affect their football career as well or them playing style with regards the performance standard?
That's obvious. That's what we always see. We see and we show in Nations Cup. We see how vulnerable we've been in at some positions and at the field. We see how we lacking that combination what we need for let we take games and we don't raise a better cutting. Now that make us say even the match we plan for go play Togo. Mind you, we'll go play a team we rank 126 and then we rank 17. So what will go play for there? If they go beat with G, then get a point over. We want to come with a calm down. And the whole essence why we see with players in the top European leagues. If you want for playing at top European leagues, you for able to find yourself within top 50. Top 50 now Africa. So which means we are now we did in Africa where you look the ranking, I think we did 26 or somewhere or so. We did 19 place above Ivory Coast and Togo for play. So, but when you look your league again, you league what? You get something for tell leagues like Premier League, leagues like the La Liga, leagues like the French League, the Bundesliga. What do you league get for sure? Because everything boils around the league where you play. Look like the Ivorian players there. Look like the Nigerian players there. Look, Egypt. Some of them, even if they don't go out, but the league where they play at their country is so rich that for me they give a very good representation of their country. So why can't we invest in this way? Let we develop with league We get with players them playing home. Mind you, there was this guy where he played for Arsenal. We come out Cameroon. Roberto Song in nephew. Song. Now Djibouti now they go end up for play. So these guys are coming to Africa because some other countries they don't begin realizing when you invest in the infrastructure, you invest in your league, you attract players that who can boost the status of your league. But if living there with players that will go play and then League One, League Two, why are they going there? Because the clubs in Freetown might not be able to pay them.
Yeah.
So they rather go there and get
and they look for the opportunities.
Yeah, you see. So
and Desmond again, I think one thing when you will get the heated argument with the FA president at the WhatsApp group, where we all day mention about they want for use their new set of players, about 12 boys where they want for use in this upcoming friendly match where Salone go play Togo na Turkey. Again, for a couple of friendly matches, but like I said, we don't FA not do any confirmation yet of the news. But Togo then they announce that say they go play Benin as well. So maybe Sierra Leone will play Benin likely. But looking at names like Alex Bangura, who will get up to now, we see Ibrahim Conteh, a new name. We see also a player like Yaya Kalon. We need to do some documentation. We don't know if you don't get them right now before we represent we. But what do you think say we FA technical committee for the do now in terms of getting them boys there? Because we going to the Nations Cup was by surprise to many because looking at how we qualify, but how for sustain we qualification for make sure say every competition now Sierra Leone is represented. Now the main team we for work towards.
Maggie and listeners them and viewers as well. I tell you, let we left for full we self. Let people then left for full we. Maggie, all these 11 or 12 players that with them people at the top board, they've not even contacted them yet. I'm telling you. They don't even know how the players then come about for BC Sierra Leonean players there. Now, one game person, they pull the story out, and then they go by the story with the person they pull. With the guy, they do a very good job now with colleague. But at the end of the day, you ask the FA, have they gone down there for access? Because if you get a system where they work with you, you're able to go to the club where the player they play. You ask for in history or whatever, in performance, you see, you're able to assess them. And then you will get one-on-one meeting of inviting the player for Ghana, you can play for you. So for talk say no more, we get the 11 players there, who when 12 one for can try them. The first question is, these players, they want for commit themselves, who said they see progress. Not for the money no more. If you can't commit yourself, you know they see progress. What do you expect? Then call you for can play friendly, and then they not call you again. That's the end of your career. So you the only hope you get now is for go play club football. And if the club football don't work for you, then you're out nowhere you can survive. Unless you go find factory job or you go find another job for if you don't learn, you get a degree, you go apply, you trade in the degree where you get. But besides that, you go begin struggle back for live life again. Because when you play football, everybody see you as celebrity, as money man, where you not even getting money. You for pay huge taxes, huge bills. So the problem bends around, we approach to them players, look like Issa Kalon. In struggle way, they struggle. Who don't know better? Maggie, we get people that we not honest around with sports, I'm telling you. Starting to take more than me way, we say things and people don't believe. Maggie, Nations Cup, we get a Sierra Leonean. We give himself volunteer say, for go help the technical team just for do analysis and performance towards not Leone Stars. He wrote the FA secretary, sent an email, said, look, this is what I want to do. When I follow up for verify, say this is true. The FA secretary say he don't talk to the fellow. When I talk to the fellow say, one day they not talk. So this is how we kill. Yes, this is how we kill people who want come for help their own country. So what are you talking about, these boys there? Then they hear all this ugly suitcase wahala, money wahala, no playing facility. Do you think they will commit themselves easily?
Yeah, and we see how Alex been turned down the first invitation during the friendly matches over for the play, and Issa go don't go now. Don't tell him say Bobo, then take suitcase now. We know,
yes.
And he go don't get some negative. But anyway, with a nice player, Alex, they play week in week out, and he's very influential for Cambo. now one of the top players them na Europe. When you talk about top players for Sierra Leone na Europe, I go do the ratings within the next couple of days na the page for the top rated Sierra Leonean players where currently they play top football. You go talk about Alex, Issa, Yaya Kalon, a couple of them where they play week in, week out, and they're very regular for their squad and are starting players that they start every game. So these are important players them where we effort for they look up to. Coming back to the friendly match, up till now, we know you're in it, and today don't be the 13th. While some other countries they prepare, we prepare for go friendly, we know you're in it from FA. And no team selection, no word from the team, no reports again from where we come on Nations Cup from technical team or whatsoever.
Well, and see the FA president Bilongona 98.1 say every category we represent Salone for that Nations Cup for counting report. So we wait for the report, let we see. But me no say now obituary get for me. Because already you know what thing that happen. And the worst of it, if you wake up the next week, you say Leone Stars didn't talk, you're not surprised. Because we business all na secret. Because they don't want people to ask questions. Sierra Leone is the only country where you want to engage people in the right things. They say you are too negative about your country. How can I be positive when you are siphon information to yourself? If you are doing the right thing, let the right thing be on the wall. Let everybody read that. That's how it should be. They hide anything. So the problems are there, Maggie. And even the friendlies, as we say, me outrightly, I want let we play as much as we can for let we see the players and what we get. But where will they trace them? Where will they watch them league? They will care about them. Then you go know who's up for bring and for bring. Yes.
Yeah, because week in, week out, we dey see them.
See.
Ibrahim don't join me back. Ibrahim, you be dey talk about your team, and we dey look at the benefits where Sierra FC as a football club don't.
Hello, Maggie.
Yeah, hello, you getting me, Ibrahim? Hello, Ibrahim, you get me?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, so I say, waiting at some of the benefit them because we don't look at the struggles where una they get as junior teams then at the country. So waiting at the benefit, we still they get internet issue with Ibrahim. Hopefully we were able to talk to him before we go, but it really terrible for that. Let we go quick one. This now the tour de Lonsa. We just want for refresh on our memory that this tour will take place. Couple of days more, we will get lots of cyclists all around the world. We will come Sierra Leone for compete in the Tour de Lonsar 2022, where the Lonsar Cycling Club they organize. Well, preparation they in place. If you're not a cyclist, you want to take part as a Sierra Leonean, not 30,000 leons. You go register 30,000 leons, and you able to participate. You can register with a club or as an individual cyclist. Both male and female. If you there around the world, you want to come get nice time in Sierra Leone, you also get the opportunity for camp, and the tour will take place from the 25 to the 27 inside this month, and not $300 for foreigners. So it's so good that the young Maori organizer think wise for the Sierra Leonean cyclists, then based on the economy. But if you look at how the last few competitions that we done, they go, it's always done the end up for be a Sierra Leonean winner, Desmond Payne. It's always the end up for be Sierra Leonean winners, despite the money where they put in or whatsoever.
Maggie, if you ask me, say, in this era, the best thing will don't ever happen to Salone. Now, for that, we get somebody in the name of Abdul Karim, what they call stylish, in sport. That's the best thing we don't ever happen. Somebody where they take girl picking them from nowhere, make them somebody, and give them opportunity for left Salone, go apply then talent, go train, go get education, and then come back. And not only there, but also creating job opportunity. This guy, we hosted some time ago, say in the boast of having 4 bicycle shops around Sierra Leone, were owned by women. We now don't train them, they under them. Not talking about the beginning, we don't win them race there, so we get opportunity now with they abroad, with they practice or whatever. And also the economical value in terms of tourism when this thing they bring come. Just imagine if we come together as a country, people like this, we able to study from them and understand how it get about for setup. You know, a small tiny nation like Salone, we get all within it take the savannah, the landscape, the beaches, the mountain, the rainforest. We get everything where it take for make this tour. This tour become like the Tour de France, but
Yeah.
higher because it's not
Probably
connected.
maybe in future it can extend and to tour the salon. We then go tour the entire salon. For now, it limit and to Losa and a very good tourist destination where it nice as well. Ibrahim, you internet they give problem, but quick one. What's are the benefit the way una don't get as a team, Sierra FC? Ibrahim don't go again. Ibrahim, now the question they will not go ask on the internet the vex. Anyway, we can understand, but we go try for send we boys them to Ibrahim for do exclusive interview with them, so we don't get this internet issue again in we subsequent programs them. So there's one as we dey go now. A few question. Ishmael be the ask say why 5 athletes? Well, that's how it can always be. The last time they pick out 8 from athletics and a total of 25 athletes from different other sport them. So 5 athletes, we don't know why. Maybe it's because of the time we then get currently, and you know go blame them because much know they happen. Sierra Leone, we know they get national championship, we know they get any training facility, but we just dey pick people for go to a major competition. And also, Emmanuel they say sport is all about training and game time. If a player cannot make 1,000 minutes from his club, why send him invite for your national team? Desmond, I'll let you take it from that side as we round up now.
Well, Maggie, the person just they pick for motive with the talk. Say if we are serious, we dey get a proper relationship with the clubs then. So the clubs then they inform we. Maggie, football is done, and the sports around the globe today is so simple. Information are out there. You just need for me the right people. You get what you want, and then you do what you do. So if you not get people the way they play that particular 120 minutes or more than that in the belt, why bringing them home? But we bring people then because we are connected to them, or we want to make them people then they get a better career. Now Salone are the only country I see players and they say, now when you play for national team and they sign you. You go to Nigeria, Ghana, yes. You go to Nigeria, Ghana, Benin, Ivory Coast, and all the rest. They start signing people from under 20. Yes. From under 17 to under 20 to 19. At national level, nobody may sign you because you're now playing for bigger clubs. So, but they say, pass you go play for national team, you don't get 2 or 3 cap. That's why you see even some of them wait there into the football world, they fight for them players in a different clubs and forget call up for the national team because they don't put a concept in and say, now when they play for Salone, 9 clubs then go by there. And that does not help Salone, not even add up anywhere, you know?
Yeah. Like you mentioned that's something very important. Somebody they asked me the other day, say, but Maggie, why we players them, even with Premier League, we need to see much scouts them they come in like I go see in Nigeria, in Guinea, scout them they come for take players them and go. We want to say kudos to few of we agent they will get we can try for getting contract there for letting players there go to the Scandinavia side. But it's really difficult for me this one.
It's very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. And there is one unique aspect we no one talk about. I'm not going to even bring them here, so I left them out. That's also killing the performance of we players then. Because when you look, some of them, they can sign in a very good clubs them at that level. The peak where the prime where and they where we need them. Now that prime the you say you don't get injured. Where she going okay again? That man will be the player already. Sometimes he already don't approach UEFA Champions League. Then all of a sudden you hear them say he don't go dong yonder. What you do? Because everybody get the way they play in your own game. Waiting to happen at the globe. When a recommended standard, Salone, we get we own recommended standard day. So we need for change all these things. It's serious. We need for change there.
Yeah, let me talk to Ibrahim quick. Ibrahim, one for go now. You dey get me now?
Yeah, my
So
guy, very
Ibrahim,
sorry. This internet to Alan at this place.
it's okay. We go fix up another time for interview. But quick one before we go, waiting at some of the benefits where you don't get from this Sierra FC setup and how you don't push out for make sure say you attract people outside of the country. As we see, few of you boys then don't begin get international contract.
Yes, I, I hope for get benefits. We hope for get benefits as a football club because we players they will really try for scout out there is people that will get talent and people that will try for understand the aim and objective for become a footballer. So we don't they get over 9 players that now in the Premier League now, as I they talk to you now, and we get 2 players we don't go overseas. So we hope for to get more players that will go able to scout out and see our best we can able to train them and add more value into them and see and pray to God say then we will get a better contract in the European side, So for me, it's not a lost game. From when I start investing my money and time into this thing, I'm very happy, and even though it's challenging, but that makes me more get more endurance for the into the game. In the
So
next 3 to 5 years from now, by His grace, with the hope for Sierra FC in a very, very, very standard way, where we go proud for talk about Sierra FC any side of the world, by His grace.
yeah, like you mentioned, I be just want to ask you financially how they do for fund the team because it's like you giving all the time and one thing where we don't dey discuss, we don't dey talk about now the fact that we corporate institutions and not get the culture of sponsoring sport, not only football but sport in general. They can find it very difficult. Forget for say for example, this particular bank now they take care of this club. It get for take a lot of sabi paddy before you get a link then. So how you dey do for fund your own team?
Well, actually, now individually, I sponsor this league, especially the team from who starts this club as Sierra FC, now a self-sponsored program or project from where we start.
Okay. Well, we don't lose Ibrahim again. We go friend time and Brian Cam now the show. So Desmond as we dey round up now, waiting will be you round up message.
Me, Maggie, let we continue for engage with people then. They might come at us, they might look we say we no fit na them book, but the day we keep quiet, then everything they die down as Salone. Yes, people might not like what we say now, but in due course, when time tell, they all go realize say yes, we're on the right track, and waiting with the say, then for try for begin looking to her. It is really, really. We're talking about the 21st century, Maggie. Nations have been built through sport. Now, Senegal, we happy, we celebrate with them. Now Egypt then go see what Egypt don't do. We FA president and he represented, they snap around the stadiums and but come back home, there's nothing to show for. So there's a lot for us to do, but let's keep the communication going, let's keep the engagement going, and let's keep coming with more programs like this, or else nobody knows what's happening around.
Yeah, I want to stop the program because why they invite people most of them na salon and then they honor me invitation. I don't know why. Ibrahim, quick one with the go now because the internet they give problem. Waiting will be round up message and how people go get on to you like young boys we want for play football. How you scouting process can look like.
Well, actually, me, I can just open a free trial for everybody. You can show you talent. Then from there, okay, we'll pick from the best. It's absolutely free of charge. We know they demand any cents from nobody. So, especially the first squad will be get so that so with them and so back will get for continue for take them. Me your message to the Sierra Leone football people, make we try forget genuine intention of these kids, because some of them age not in at the inside and get extreme talent, and we get for try for bringing the platform in place, try for get facilities them where the boys are able to show them their talent, and try for get them proper video and try for help them in the marketing part. Because we will help a player or a football club if there is no playing facility because the facility gets a lot for do. So they appeal to who's the one they were in charge of the big cash. Please, when I think about these boys, them, they are Sierra Leoneans, then they have the right and responsibility to get that love and care from us, especially when we don't give ourselves say we want for going to football. We go for make sure say we genuinely help the boys them and help the game for let it go. So I hope for see that change day very soon by His grace with a positive mindset.
All right, we hope for gets you in subsequent programs na this we platform. Thanks for joining us today, even though you get issue with the internet down there, but you do your best for day with we. Well, we they say bye bye now. We take a long time in the show, but Desmond, like I say, it's difficult for invite people from Salone because most times they turn the invitation down. I don't know because Desmond then at the show.
Well, I think it's not about Desmond. It's about they don't get anything to offer the show.
No, Desmond,
Yeah.
no, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, then we they say bye bye for today,
It's not
and
about Desmond.
oh, they
If
say
the
bye
man
bye
is
for
saying the
today.
truth,
Yes, Ibrahim.
but
All right, then bye bye, and I hope for sooner next weekend as we will try to put all the show in place for we
The United
players.
win. I make it smile. I do.
No,
Yes.
not about that.
And
Not
you
about
get
that.
the
Make
man
I
again.
laugh.
Put her on for tell we say yes. Una manage for win.
No, not about that. I
Have a
don't know
lovely evening, my
because
dear. Take care. Thanks.
okay, bye.
Always a pleasure.